The sun streams through my window. I look out and there's a wind blowing. And within that wind, I hear the sound of moos from cattle as they pass my window. What is this? It's my first experience of value-added agriculture in terms of agritourism. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, Madam Chairperson, parents, leaders, and fellow 4-H members. This was from an experience I had around 5 years ago when I went to an agritourism ranch with my family in Lumley, BC. And coming from a city, this was a whole new experience. Although I had seen cattle before and worked with them, this was totally new to me. And I learned all about what value education adds in agriculture. And agritourism is one of the ways that is leading education adding. One such place where this is very prevalent is at the Milner Valley Cheese in Langley, BC. And I got to visit there yesterday, and it was such an amazing experience to learn all about agritourism. And we got to do almost the exact same tour that they get to do. So we got to walk around and see all of their 60 goats, and we got to see their milk facility, as well as how they produce their cheese, which was such a cool experience for me. And we also got to see right at the end the finished products, and we got to sample some, and let me tell you, it was delicious. So that's one way that we're adding value in terms of education. But one way that is really specific is in terms of giving young people the opportunity to experience agriculture. A recent report from the Royal Bank of Canada in May 2023 shared that over the next decade, 40% of farm operators in across Canada will retire, and that we're short 24,000 general farm, greenhouse, and nursery operators to continue to support our food production here in Canada. And this is such a huge issue. We simply don't have enough young people engaged in agriculture. And agritourism, educating young people, giving them that experience to be hands-on and see that field to fork story is really adding so much value in terms of the sustainability of Canadian agriculture. Financial value added is another huge way that BC and Canadian produce is adding value to all of these products that we see. A year ago, I was able to work at the Gemmelberry farm in Pitt Meadows for the summer, and I was picking blueberries. And one of the things that I learned through my conversations with the owners there was about how they had decided to go down the local food production route rather than the commercial, simply because they were able to ensure their own financial stability by adding value through producing those products themselves and jarring their honey and selling their blueberries privately. They were able to get more money and support their family, as well as work on improving the sustainability of their farm through this operation. The final way that I want to touch on value-added agriculture is in terms of not losing the wonderful produce that we have in British Columbia. Food waste is a huge problem. And if you imagine this story, farmers markets and produce. What happens to that produce that isn't sold at the end of the day? Where does it go? Well, a lot of it is simply thrown away, because what are you supposed to do with it? One way that we can preserve this food is by turning it into jams and jellies and craisins and all of these wonderful produces that we have. This way we can make sure that we're making the best use of all of the food that we have, and we're not throwing anything away that's had so much work put into it to grow it. Our world is changing so quickly, and the agricultural world is changing too. And to keep up with these demands and make sure that we're filling all of the spaces that we have opportunities, whether it be in engaging young people and filling that gap to tell them all about agriculture, whether it's making sure that we're financially stable and adding value in that way, or whether it's making sure that we are using all of the wonderful produce that we have here by making them into jams and jellies. We can show everybody that BC's agriculture is more than just food. Thank you.